business is on the going, mate. It's on the going. It's happening. So I was planning to do a stream, normal stream, a bit of a discussion about our transfer window. But listen, breaking news, as the title says, breaking news. Jules Koundé has been linked with a move to Chelsea. That has been confirmed by Fabrizio Romano. Listen, man, I'm ecstatic about this. Ecstatic. Because this is a centre-back who fits the criteria that Tuchel has. Tuchel has a certain criteria of a centre-back being comfortable on the ball retention, winning his duels. His height has been a question, but if you look at his aerial duels in the La Liga, it's more than promising. So it doesn't worry me at all. Listen, man, it's exciting, man. It's exciting. It's exciting. I'm excited for this, and I think there's more to come from Chelsea. This proves to everyone that we can't panic. Like it's don't panic about transfer business. It doesn't make any sense because Chelsea are known to do business quietly, and we proved it again because apparently this discussion's been going on for 2 weeks, but it's just been broken down and released by Fabrizio Romano. So there's nothing to worry about, man. This isn't the last business we do. Expect more. Expect something bigger as well. So yeah, man. Listen, Kounde. Just to read for you guys what Fabrizio said and broke out to give you the details of the deal. I'm not going to show it on the screen. I'm just going to read it out to you guys. So this is what Fabrizio Romano said. Chelsea have opened official talks with Sevilla for Jules Koundé. He's the main target as a centre-back. Negotiations ongoing to reach an agreement. Koundé himself is open to accept Chelsea as he wants Champions League football. Now it's up to the two clubs. Listen, it's looking like to me like the deal should be done and dusted. It shouldn't be a long discussion. And along with Koundé, expect another deal to be done in the pipeline because he shares the agent of Chouameni, who's been linked to Chelsea. So listen, man, I'm not worried. No one should be worried. We'll all be good. Everything will be fine. Jules Koundé is one of the best La Liga centre-backs there is in that league, under 21. Even at the top level. Like, people don't compare him to Varane, don't compare him to anyone. He is a very good centre-back. He's got the most passes into the final third opposition as a defender in the Liga. He's got great aerial duels numbers in terms of 63%, which is almost matching Ruben Diaz's. Ground duels, very successful. Listen, man, exciting news. I'm not going to be here sitting here and waffling about this on my own. I'm going to bring some people in to have their thoughts as well. But obviously, before I do that, I need you guys to like this video. I need you to share it as much as you can across all socials if possible, and subscribe to this channel, man. I'm very close to 200 subscribers. I think I'm about 8 to 9 away. So I would highly appreciate you guys subscribing to this channel and sharing it around, man. See what Melina's saying. Big up Melina, man. She's saying make sure to subscribe to, of course. Big up Slens, man. Big up Abdi. Big up H Stacks. Big up all of you, man. Big up man like Kaz saying Werner Martial. This isn't the discussion we're having, but we move. Let me send the link to a couple of people to join me. Give me 1 second. We've got someone, obviously the person that's going to come in here is a big fan of Kounde, and he's been advocating for him for a while. But along with Kounde, by the way, guys, this is going to be a discussion about a transfer business. And listen, to me, there's some people who are optimistic, some people who are not. Personally, I am very optimistic. I think we will be completely fine. As I said, this isn't the last business we're going to do. There's a lot more to come from Chelsea, man. We're good to go, fam. We're good to go. Yeah, so let me give you guys a bit more insight about Jules Koundé as well. So Jules Koundé apparently, give me 1 second. Let me read you guys some more headlines that have come out. So in terms of Jules Koundé, under 23 plays in the Liga, most possession won in defensive final third, most headed clearances, most passes into the opposition half, second most aerial duels won, second most clearances, and third most interceptions. That's dominance. That's dominance. For someone who's 5'11", that is dominance. So, again, people were worried about us not signing Varane, not competing with United for Varane. Varane had his mindset on Man United. He had his heart set on it, and unfortunately, we couldn't. We didn't want to get involved with that. We didn't want to get involved with it. So we decided to go for Kounde. Kounde is someone who rejected Spurs as well, which is very important. after joining, listen, of course. Last time, Kai from Occasional Fields of Football said last time we signed a man with an afro who rejected Spurs, it didn't end well. But you know what? Chelsea said it's so nice we had to do it twice. We've done it twice. We've probably done it again. A player who's rejected Spurs is potentially joining Chelsea, the bigger club, obviously, the club who are the European champions again. So it's all blessed. It's all good. We're good to go. Good to go. Kounde joining Chelsea, potentially signing Chouameni, and of course, the big one, Erling Haaland. People, let me hear your thoughts, people. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments, man. Let me know what you guys think about the signing. You guys happy about it? You guys upset? You guys still worried about Haaland? Let me know, man. Let's have a look here, man. You guys are just talking to each other. Fab goes live in 9 minutes. Lens. Yeah, of course. Listen, Fabrizio will go live with Jan. He'll probably talk about the Kounde deal. Probably talk about I can tell you what he's going to say, to be honest. But you know what, guys? Before I carry on, let me just introduce my special guest. This is my co-host, actually the main host on the other channel, Occasional Fields of Football. The link is in the description below for Occasional Fields of Football. Please, guys, subscribe to them.
Hey.
Yes, what's happening, bro? Thank you for joining me, bro.
Hey, man, it's good to be on the show, man.
Listen, man. This is going to be a discussion about Kounde, bro. Quick discussion about Kounde, and then we'll move on to the debate that we were supposed to have. But let me know what you think. Are you happy, excited?
Bro, finally a defender with no brain farts, man. It's good. He's good with both feet. He has pace. He's really smart with anticipations. It's something that we lack most of the time, So you can't complain. He reminds me like a lot of like a younger David Silva, the way he reads the game, and he's only 22, so I really like him, man. It's like the one. If there was a CB that I would take at Chelsea, it's either the Varane or Kounde, man. So I can't complain. I'm happy with it.
Yeah, and as I said with Varane, bro, like, I think his heart was set on United. So like, if someone's heart is set on United, just don't touch that. Like, because I don't think it will ever be the same for him. Like, he's committed towards United. Let him go there. We'll probably have to spend more money for him. So you know what? We signed someone who's not as good. I think, in my opinion, Varane's still a bit better, but his ceiling is a lot higher. You can always improve. But let me see what Marshall's saying. Marshall's saying, you think the signing got me a little big? Nah, listen. Don't let this deal affect your judgment about any other deals. Like, we don't sell to buy as a club. Like, we have a sugar daddy, right? Everyone loves to say it. He's got more than abundance of money. That means we can, we can definitely bid for other players, and it shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, man, let's see what these guys. What's with that? Nah, his Wi-Fi's improved, man. It's all good. Yeah, as Ratan said, bro, smash the like button. There's a lot more content out. This is my third day in a row streaming. I've never done this before. It's very hectic, but you know what, man? I'm glad to have Kai with me, man. Kai, do you think this is the last business we do this summer?
I hope not. As good of a signing it is, our priorities, man.
Yeah.
We can't build we can't build a good house without like a beautiful front door, man. Then people are just gonna come in and start stealing your stuff. It's the same thing with Haaland. We need somebody up front, And without Haaland, I just think like we missed an opportunity. We didn't like because all we need for this team to be completed is that world-class striker, Of
course. Listen, as I said, like, obviously Haaland is the missing piece, the final piece, yeah. But this is literally the beginning of the building of a spine for Chelsea. We need to build a spine. Do you understand? And the spine starts from Kounde, and then it goes on to someone like Chouameni, and starts with Mendy, and then we go on to Haaland. That spine can stay with us for years. Then we can build on it. instead of having to replace it. Even Havertz is part of us by Mount.
Yeah.
So it's exciting, man. This is another young. Our signings that we've made recently are young, young, but also have a very high ceiling. It could be the best in their position. Do you know what I mean? So it's exciting for me, man. It's exciting.
You know why it's exciting, those lines? Because he's like young, but he's already has so much potential. You know, he has so much potential already at the age of 21. He has like a lot of I think he has like some kind of record in the Champions League already, and he's not even 21. So he's a player who we should sign, you know, because he will take us places. I think he will take us places, and we need to, you know, capitalize on this situation, because if we don't, he's going to end up on another team, and I think he'll go to a Premier League team if we don't sign him this season.
Yeah, facts. But listen, Spurs were interested in him. I'm sure Madrid were interested in him as well.
Yeah.
And he's, as I say, he's one of the best defenders in the Liga. Like, people have worries about him in terms of height. Yeah, I've said this before. Like, I've showed you guys his aerial duels, and although the criticism that was given towards me because of that point was that the Liga is a different kind of league in terms of the way they play. But I promise you, I don't see, because of how high his percentage of success is with aerial duels, I'm not worried about him being bullied. I think he might lose a couple of headers, but I don't think he'll get bullied. I think as a defender, you can still make it difficult for your opponent, even if he's taller than you. Do you understand? It's the way you use your brain as a defender. Like, Thiago Silva isn't the quickest, but he's always the quickest to get into the dangerous positions. Yeah, because he's got experience. Do you know what I mean?
He also reads the game well, you know. He's just like Thiago Silva.
It's about reading the game. It's about reading the game. Yeah. 1 second. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So to me, man, this is before I move on to our next point, guys. I'm expecting some other people to join us, Kai. Before I move on, let's have a quick discussion. Do you trust this board to have a good window this season, like this window?
If they want the Haaland deal to happen, they'll make it happen. But the thing is with Chelsea, we love to save money, man. We love.
Have I lost Kai? I think I've lost Kai.
Bro, I'm sorry.
He'll come back.
It's
cool, man. It's cool. Don't worry about it, man. It's cool. Listen, let me introduce Will in the meantime, man. How you doing, Will, my friend?
Sens, I'm sorry I'm late. Okay.
No problem, man. No problem. Go ahead, man. How you doing, Will? You all right?
I'm very gassed. You know, everyone knows I love Kounde. I've been I counted how many tweets I've made about him in the last year. Around 53. 53 tweets in the last year. I need to get a job.
Of course, but Kai, what were you saying, bro? What were you saying? So the question to you was...
Yeah, I was saying, like, if they want the deal to happen, they'll make it happen, but our board love pinching, you know. So if they feel like the valuation from Dortmund are too high, they're just going to keep trying to, you know, negotiate it a bit. And I think that's going to ruin, you know how Dortmund is. They want the money. If they get the money they're asking for, you get the player. If you don't, you're just going to end up like talking to yourself, basically. You know, it's going to leave us on read, man. That's how Dortmund is.
But the thing is, Marina is a business first kind of woman, and obviously, she wants to get the best deal. And listen, in the past, it's worked for us. It's worked against us in terms of selling players. It's worked for us like in immense ways, bro. Like, we've sold people like Morata and Costa for profit, even though they were aging and they were, you know, like not as good as they were when we bought them. So you have to give her credit there. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Will, let me know what you think about Kounde, man. You just joined us. What's your thoughts on Jules Koundé? You can have your rant, have your 2-3 minutes, do your thing, man.
He's a very good player. I know a lot of people have said about his height, but he wins 61% of his. I'm pretty sure of his aerial duels around that. Similar numbers to Harry Maguire. Tackle success is around the same as well. I'm pretty sure around the 60% mark, which is good. Higher than Rafael Varane's. That's what I'm going to say. The agenda will run. I think he's going to play in the right of a 3. I think that's where he's going to play, sort of like what Azpilicueta's done. I think he suits that perfectly with his ball playing ability and his reading of the game. So yeah, I think it's a great signing, and I think he'll complement the way we play now, especially.
I mean, it's still not a signing. They're just negotiating for it. You know, he might.
He wants us though, Kai. He turned down.
Yeah, he does, but we might like play with the evaluation a bit too much.
No, they literally accepted a couple of weeks ago 30 odd mil plus Davinson Sanchez. and he turned down Tottenham because they weren't in the Champions League. So I think, especially when it's Fabrizio and it's an exclusive and it's not him just confirming news, I think he's got to get everything down to a T. So I can see this still happening by the end of the week.
Okay,
listen,
that's
exactly,
brave,
man. Bro, Kai, trust us, man. I told you these things. Bro, we always do our window in our business in silence, man. We work in silence. I promise you, we work in silence, and this is proof. This is the biggest proof because no one was reporting about this. No one was saying that we're in talks, even though we've been in talks for the last 2 weeks.
Just soft interest.
Out of nowhere, yeah, out of nowhere, you see us that we're making improvements. Like we're making amends to signing the guy. So that's what I mean. Like, just I understand people's worries, and this is what the debate was going to be about. Like, it was going to be about whether you think we're going to make the same mistakes or not. Like, and for me personally, Kai, is that I think 2017 cannot be replicated this year because we're not going to sign Deadwood. We're not going to sign backup players. It's all about signing players that fit our first team. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And that's the biggest difference between that to like what we're doing now and last year and 2017 for me. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, I could argue that. I can argue that and be like, it's still not sure if he like just slots into our team right now, like with the form that we are in right now, you know. So for me, the only way for it to kind of like, you know, like be far away from this 2017 is if we sign that striker, because 2017, a lot of Chelsea fans thought Drinkwater, you know, I'm gonna kind of relate him to what people think of Rice now. People thought, oh, he's gonna come, he won the Premier League, and he's gonna be amazing. Because you remember when we were about to sign Drinkwater, people said, oh, he's English, he's good on the ball, he has technique, he has good passing. But where did that end up, man? I'm gonna tell you where that ended up. That ended up in Turkey, man. So I we'll see, man. I don't know. We'll see.
Andrew, my friend, the winter surfer, and another panelist from the KH No Filter.
Have you been winter surfing today, Andrew?
Surfing in the winter?
Yeah, surfing in the winter. Yeah, all good. All good. I'm just listening to.
So does that mean you hibernate in the summer?
No, it's just called laziness. Just called laziness. That's all. I'm sorry, Slen. I was just listening to some people still trying to say that Rice is still coming to Chelsea, even though Kounde's agent is the same as Tchouameni's agent. But you know, we live in interesting times, right? But
before we talk about it, I want your thoughts about the Jules Koundé potential signing. I have to say potential because we're acting like we signed them already. I don't want us to be careful about that.
This guy's already.
I understand this. But I think we're going to sign him this week.
I agree with you.
I think it's going to be signed this week. We're early in the week. It's only Tuesday, and actually, I've got to praise. I've got to praise the Terrace because they're the ones who brought this up like months ago about us in
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
And even in March, they said we would be in for Kounde as well. So big props to them. It's not arse looking if anyone says anything, but someone will say it. You know, someone will say it. But yeah, I think it's good. I either this week or maybe next Monday at the latest. Sorry. I think we will sign him. I think the money for Gehi and Tomori and Moses and whoever is the money we're spending on Kounde. I believe we're spending that money because I think I've always said to you guys, I think the budget for Haaland is separate from the actual transfer budget itself or what money we make. But a massive. I mean, started off great today. We're starting in Bentonelli, I tell you. Fantastic stuff.
Best goalkeeper ever.
Oh guys. My God. You see that video that came about him?
Just to wind Kai up there. That's what it was for.
Guys, you know what's mad, yeah?
As
good as Tomori and Gehi potentially are, yeah? I think selling them both, potentially, of course, that's the most important word. Selling them and getting someone like Kounde instead is very good business. Good business. And you know what? In order for us to kind of have diversity on this particular show, I brought someone to kind of discuss it. The Pond, who could give us some insight from the US, and it's our guy Marshall, man.
Oh my God, Marshall's here, man.
Had to bring him in.
What do you mean from the US? Tomori's English, Gehi's English. They haven't even touched MLS. Like, what do you mean?
But we want to see what you think, man. We want to see what our friends from the
our burger expert, man. Our burger expert.
Listen, our border expert. Jesus Christ.
I call him Butterman.
Listen,
Butterman.
To be fair, look, I'm happy. I'm happy about the signing. I agree with Kai. I kind of wanted them to prioritize the striker position, but seeing as like I think my mindset was that this season we prioritized the midfield and the striker, and then next season when Thiago Silva's done, Aspie may be out the door as well, Rudiger getting up there in age, then we focus on center back. But you know what? At the end of the day, I'm happy we're making moves, we're making quality moves, and I'm happy that we're actually not neglecting that position that we've been kind of neglecting for a while, which is also center back, you know, not just striker. With striker, we haven't really been neglecting, we've just been, you know, unlucky.
Did you know who Kounde's agent is, though? Who else you represent?
Oh yeah, I heard you guys talk. It's Tchouaméni's agent too, which is also good. And I like where this is going. We're kind of like, you know.
I ain't saying nothing. I'm just
say no to Rice.
No, I'm saying it. Tchouaméni's coming to the club whether it's this season or the next season, and that's going to be a solid signing. Yeah, I'm excited about it, man. It's good stuff, and I've heard nothing but good things about Jules Koundé. I can only hope that he comes in here. He's not going to be a starter. I don't think so.
Really?
I think he's going to rotate. I think he's going to rotate with. So I mean, when you got Aspie, the back line of Aspie, Rudiger, and Silva, it's hard to come at the age that he is, 22, and say like, "Hey, get out of the way." Thiago Silva, I got this. No, you know what I mean? Like, it's gonna take time. There are gonna be games where Aspie can't play, or they need to rest Aspie, or they need to rest Thiago Silva, and he's gonna come in handy there with Christensen. But yeah, hopefully this also means that Zuma leaves. Because not that I don't like Zuma.
Why do you all hate Zuma so much, man?
Listen, you started it.
Actually, no. Kai, you're not being ruthless. You want Tammy out, right? Because he's not good enough. I feel the same way about Zuma. I feel like he doesn't suit our system. I feel like
look how you treat Cho. Yeah, look how you hypocrite.
Kai, you know, answer for your sins, Kai. Answer for your sins, Kai.
I will.
He's blurring out of existence right now.
No, I will. Just not on stream. Just not on stream. I'll give you my reason after the stream, man.
I like Zuma. I think Zuma is a fantastic center back, but when it comes to just Chelsea,
that's fantastic.
And what we need,
the way he said fantastic.
what we need for the club, I just don't think he's got it in him. Like I always, you guys say it, I say it. I feel like there's always bound to be a mistake per game. Like if there's a stat that says mistakes per game, I'm sure Zuma is up there within the stats.
Marshall,
you know what I mean?
You out, though, before
what?
you move on,
yes.
I don't want us to move on from this point. You don't think Kounde will be a starter at Chelsea?
Yeah, come on.
No, not yet.
Really?
Have you seen the bombs we have in defense?
Do you know why he will be a starter?
Not this season.
This to me tells me that we are not going to sign an Adama Traore or a right wing back. So I think Reece James will play right wing back, and Kounde will slot in right centre back. This season I just don't see him being an overall starter.
Can I ask him a question?
That's my point, Will.
I think.
Who do you think?
Go on, Kai.
All right, sorry, Will. Will is gonna hate me. But Marshall, who do you think in our team isn't that Kounde isn't better than in our defense?
I think he's
better than everybody.
He's not currently better than
not Silva. Other than Silva, like by raw talent, I think only Silva.
I don't think. Well, okay. This is really dependent on if Rudiger keeps his form, but I don't think he's better than Rudiger. I think Rudiger is one of the best in the world right now. Oh. And Aspie. Look, man, Aspie proved that even in World Cup, European competition and country competition, he's still solid. So yeah, I mean, I don't think he's better than the veterans that we have right now. I just think that he's good. I'm not saying he's not. Don't take this as like he's bad or anything. No. I think that he's still young. He still has time to develop, and he still has time to learn under these legends. Let's just get it right. Like Aspie is a legend. Thiago Silva is a legend in his own merit. And Rudiger, if he keeps playing the way he does, he's going to be a legend too. But I'm saying that Kounde has time to learn under these legendary defenders. These guys, this is the three in the back that has been so solid for us last season. I think this is going to continue to be the three in the back that's going to be consistently solid for us this season. And then next season, we can talk about him being a starter with maybe Christensen. You know, we don't know, but that's what I think is going to happen.
Marshall, I think you're actually sort of right in the sense that I don't think Kounde will be an out-and-out, week in, week out starter at the start of the season. But by the end of the season, I expect Tuchel to start Christensen a lot more over Silva, and I expect him to start Kounde a lot more over Aspi. And that's smart as well. If he does it gradually over time, we can build for the future, because that defense is very good. Very, very good.
Yeah, now you look at it on paper. If we get Jules Koundé, that defense, Jules Koundé, Christensen, Silva, Rudiger, and Aspi, depending on how long Aspi stays. And who knows, we might get another one. Reece James could be back there as well.
Marshall, can I give you some stats that will, not stats, but some facts about him that will.
Man, skip it up, bum.
Yeah,
I'll persuade you that he's
Never
going to
do that again, Andrew.
No. Well, that's the thing, though. Like I heard the stats. Listen. I heard the stats. I'm not. It's not that I'm going to be persuaded that he's going to start. It's not going to change anything. Again, we've seen how many players come into the Prem, and it's a different ball game. So
Guys, Marshall's
again,
been wrong so many times. He picked Turkey to win.
I haven't though.
He said Lampard wouldn't get sacked if fans.
Okay, I was wrong about the Euros.
Marshall wanted Lampard to stay, and he thought Turkey were going to win the Euros.
If you look at
I think when you look at the physicality of the Prem, I'm not saying he can't handle it. I'm not saying because he's smaller, he's going to struggle. No, none of that. I don't believe in that stuff. Like we stated here before, some of the best defenders in the world were tiny. Look at Philip Lahm. Look at Frank Cannavaro. You know, some of the best defenders in the world didn't need height. You know, I'm not saying that it's going to be a disadvantage. Even Carvalho wasn't that huge either. He was smaller. But anyways,
that was the same message in the KH thing, C1 London.
I know.
Same message in the KH thing.
Do you know what it is though, C1 London? Just to respond to you, I'll tell you what. Like, this is stats based on his peers, right? But like, I don't think Werner had like great stats over everyone else. Like, I think personally, 28 goals was a good achievement. I think he was second or third best in the league. But bro, this is Kounde's dominating at 5'11". He's dominating the air. Like, that's crazy to me. I don't know if it's crazy.
It's
to
good.
you guys.
It's good. I just think he's gonna need some time to adapt as well. You know, I just think it's gonna take time. I don't think he's not gonna be a starter. He will be. Just I don't think it's gonna be this season.
He's
that's why I think a back three helps him settle more.
Exactly. If you look at how he's built as well, he's similar. I think he's gonna be I see Kounde in the future. This might be like jumping the gun. You might call me crazy. I see him being a long-term sort of Aspi sort of player that maybe not the standout in your team, but will always be consistent.
Crazy son of a bitch.
A lot of
crazy.
A lot of different roles. Right centre back. He can play. I think he's going to start on the right of a three. Potentially, if Reece James ever gets injured, he can do a job at right back. I'm not totally convinced him at right back, but he can do a job there. In a two, I think he'd be fine as well. I just think I don't even think his height's a problem, to be honest. He gets similar aerial stats to Harry.
I think you're right. What you said about we're not signing a right wing back.
Yeah, we're not.
I agree. I think we're not signing him. Signing a Dharma. Traore or whatever.
Praise the Lord. I don't think Adama's completely shit, but praise the Lord.
Yeah. I agree. I think Kounde comes in and actually starts because we're not going to sign the right wing back and either plays on the right or plays on the left. I think he'll play either side. We will not play him in the middle because of his height. We won't play him in the middle, I believe.
But none of you think he's better than Rudiger. I think he's better than Rudiger.
I think overall he's better than Rudiger. I think Rudiger's
I don't know. I think Rudiger's form at the end of last season.
Yeah.
I think Christensen's really maturing.
Yeah.
Under Tuchel, and you saw the maturity continue in the Euros.
I'd love to see it.
As well with what happened to the Denmark team and everything. He really stood out for me. Bear in mind, he did have Kier beside him, who I think is very good. In the Danish back. So I think that helps as well. I think we'll find out if both of them, if they stay, are good enough, how they cope this season. Because I think Thiago Silva is going to be rotated more than he was last season. If we get Kounde especially as well, I think they'll rotate Thiago Silva a bit more.
I mean, he's going to get more injured.
Can I point something out as well?
37.
Look who Jules Koundé has as a partner. Diego fucking Carlos. He's shit. Carlos is shit. He is one of the most rash defenders I've seen in Europe's top 5 leagues in the past decades. In the past decade, all right? He is crap. And Koundé has been the leader in that fucking back line, and he's 22.
You don't have to get angry, Will.
No, but I just hate watching Diego Carlos because Carlos makes an error, and everyone goes,
a strong word.
Oh, it's Koundé. It's Koundé.
Never seen a 60-year-old with so much hate.
Carlos, he's shit. Carlos is shit. He's
all
crap.
right, calm down. Jesus
Replace
Christ.
Carlos with Chiesa or anybody that Will doesn't like.
Guys, this won't be a long stream. Yeah, just one more discussion for me with my dear panel here. Yeah, I want to talk about something, just for like a couple of minutes. I want to talk about Erling Haaland and your thoughts. I don't know if you guys have heard the interview that he recently had. I'm gonna read some quotes to you guys. Fabrizio quoted it, and I want your thoughts, obviously individually. Obviously, I'm gonna go to Kai first because I know Kai is a very optimistic person about our window, and he definitely thinks we're gonna get him. So, so Kai, this is what some of the quotes that he's said. So he said, "Before yesterday, I haven't talked to my agent in a month. You have to tell me, but I hope they are just rumors, as 175 million euros would be a lot of money for one person. Like, first of all, I have 3 years left on my contract. I'm enjoying my time here, but of course, the trophy was important because that's what I want. He won a trophy recently with Dortmund." But yeah, Kai, what are your thoughts on the comments?
Bro, he knows that is not a real trophy, man. That is a those German Cups of participation level, man. That's not a real trophy. He needs to come to Chelsea and get a real trophy, man. Maybe win the Champions League, maybe win the Premier League with us. Those are real trophies. And I have said it on KH as well. It reminds me of the time Kevin De Bruyne was asked the same exact fucking question before he left Wolfsburg. They actually stopped him in the car and they were like, "Are you leaving Wolfsburg and stay in Germany?" And he gave that fucking speech. "Oh, I'm happy in Germany. They're building something special. Blah blah blah." And then the bid got accepted and he was on the flight back to England. So it's the same thing. If we pay up, he will shut up, man. That's basically how it is with these kind of deals.
Kai, you know when you're in a relationship, right? And sometimes like you're in a rut. You're in a rut, right? It's not going like it's going okay. But you think it can be better with someone else. So when the girl asks you, "Are you happy?" You're like, "Yes, I am happy. Of course, I'm happy. But I could be happier. I could be happier with someone else." That's what Haaland is. He's happy at Dortmund, but he can be a lot happier.
But you can't admit it for reason you and I know.
Of course,
you can't admit that your happiness. You have to keep it hidden.
This is the first time Slens is hearing that part of the advice.
Right, you know what? I'm now glad.
No, wait. Before you go, I'm gonna ask you. I'm gonna ask you now. Do you think we'll get Haaland, and what do you think about the quotes? Give me your thoughts about the quotes first of all. William.
Oh, myself.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
The other William.
I was about to say, I'm glad I've not. It was sort of answering those questions. I'm glad that I haven't been worrying about the window because I knew eventually we'd kickstart it and then it'd be sort of like a. I think in the next couple of weeks we will know whether we get Haaland or not. But I'm edging more towards yes as of right now. I think there's more chance of us getting him than not getting him. But yeah, I'd say I'm 60-40 on it at the moment. I'm not gonna. I can't be bothered to worry about it though, because that's just a waste of energy.
Yeah, Marshall. If you want me to reread the quotes, let me know, man. I don't know if you remember the quotes.
No, I got you. Listen, with Haaland, I think he's just being professional. I think he's just, saying what he's supposed to be saying. When it comes to like whether or not he's going to be moving to another club and all this yada yada. That's just if I've ever heard one that is as professional of an answer that's going to come out of him, especially because he doesn't. He's just like us. He has no filter when it comes to those interviews. As for where the Haaland deal is for him coming to Chelsea and where I believe it is, I still stick to my guns. I still think it's maybe 40 that he's not going to come and 60 that he's coming. Especially with this deal that just happened. Look, as much as I would like to believe that we have the Haaland money separate, I don't think that's the case. I think, it's great that we're moving a lot of sales out. I think that we're accumulating the money. But 80 mil, or depending on how much we spend on Kounde, I think that's a large chunk that is going to be hindering the transfer window that we're going to make. And I don't see Chelsea breaking the transfer window that they just broke last season twice in a row. So I don't know. That's just me using logic. I don't know. Look, we have a sugar daddy, like you said. Maybe he actually does put in the money and spend like a fortune and breaks the transfer window again for Chelsea. But I just don't think it's going to happen. I think if anything, if we do get a striker, it's going to be a good striker. It's just not going to be Haaland.
Yo, Marshall, while you were talking about the Haaland thing, you know what's crazy? You're talking about breaking the bank. I've thought about this. If we sign this guy for this amount of money, and it works out, we don't have to spend it again on like big money on a striker for probably the next 3 to 5 years, if not more than that. Because over the years, we've signed Morata and thought, okay, this is it, no more big money spent. We've signed someone like, I don't know, like Diego Costa. But for me, this guy seems like a 20-year-old, who hopefully, like fingers crossed, no big injuries happen to him. He stays at Chelsea for a while. If he does come in, and he can be one of the best in the world, which means we don't have to spend again on do you know what I mean? We don't. If you spend big in one window, if you're successful and it's a good team, it's a good fit, you save yourself money in the future. Think about it like this, because we've proven that sometimes we spend a lot of money and we spend it on the wrong people. Therefore, we have to spend more money to kind of rectify the mistakes we've made. Do you know what I mean? So this is promising, man. I hate what you're saying about being pessimistic about it.
The thing is though, like with me, the X factor in all this is Mino Raiola. We'll see what happens with this whole new FIFA rules that they only get 10% of the transfer now. So it very much limits the amount of money that Mino can make off transfers. Maybe that changes the way he approaches his players, and kind of we've seen like he kind of tries to force the move with players. We saw it last season with Pogba, and we've seen it with Lukaku and all these other players they used to have as his clients. So if Haaland stays here 3 years minimum, I'm happy with that. He can live out the rest of his contract with Chelsea. If we can get an extension, that's even better. But that's it for me. I don't know. I'm not confident that he's going to be here more than 3 years because of his agent.
But why though? People said the
because
same thing about
Mino likes to make money by making transfers, and if he's going to be pushing his client to make transfers, maybe that's ways and maybe that doesn't. I hope I'm like Kai. I'm like you. I hope that he actually is falls in love with Chelsea, just like a lot of players that have come here have, and becomes just immersed into the culture and the fan base and the club. But we have to see. Mino Raiola is just like I don't know what to think of him. He's a wild card and a wild card in all of this, and you can't really predict with Mino. So he just makes me nervous, is all.
I will say, I'm just listening to Fabrizio Romano. He's saying about Kounde that he wants to come. Personal terms will be fine. It'll be about a 5-year contract. Just now sorting out with Sevilla, and Chelsea aren't willing to pay the full amount that Sevilla want. So it's just negotiating them down a bit, essentially. Probably adding more realistic add-ons. But, yeah. There you go.
There you go.
It's not a problem. Personal terms effectively are done. It's the payment structure. It's about how much we're going to put up front, or how much we're going to put across the 5 years. So that's what it will be.
Knowing Marina, this is going to be like a solid deal too.
Yes. The reason Andrew made a great point about it being completed next week is look how quick it moved. Look how quick it moved, because he announced it 2 hours ago. Within 2 hours, he's hearing news that the personal terms have been agreed with already. So listen, man, listen, this is promising. It's very promising. Very
Stains,
promising.
I'm getting Thiago Silva vibes off this deal. Like the signing wise.
Because it was done so quick.
Breaks randomly out of nowhere from.
It
Yeah.
is. You're right. It's sort of like that. Sometimes, yeah, because we're all. I think also things out of nowhere because we're all so focused on Haaland.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It's like any other bit. It's like any other business. What? You know, like that, like a dog. You know, which comes to,
You know what I'm thinking about? Whenever you're forward on FIFA and you see Czech in that like fucking suit and he still has the helmet on his head, making the signing. That's what Chelsea's doing now. You know, just watching Sevilla.
Andrew, onto your point as well, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I think if Chelsea had their way, they would love for this Haaland deal to be under the wraps as well, and like not
course.
the details not be revealed. But because it can't be, because it's such a big deal,
Yeah.
it got exposed by Matt Law and things like that. It got kind of like given away to the media, and now obviously people are going to talk about it. But this Kounde deal, because it's not as high profile
Not
as you know
sexy
important.
enough.
Yeah, it's not like Haaland. I
Yeah.
feel like it will be the same. That's why I'm very very like motivated by this deal in terms of like a Haaland deal, because it makes me think that, you know what, like deals can be done within hours. This is a much
course
bigger
they
deal,
can.
much bigger money. So don't worry, guys. Like, we always tend to complete deals when least expected. Same
And
with Havertz.
Let me give you a heads up.
Yeah.
When Chelsea announced on their website about an undisclosed fee, take it to the bank that it's already done and it's signed and sealed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's already done. The
Marcus-
match- It's already done.
Marcus
Sorry,
Alonso, give up your number 3 shirt, please. Okay, give up your number 3 shirt and give it to
Just,
Jules.
no, just give up your Chelsea shirt. Period.
Oh,
Give up your
that's
Chelsea
harsh.
shirt.
That's harsh.
Please, man. Just give up.
Did you see what someone talking of being harsh? Did you see what someone said on Twitter? They said we should when we sign Kounde, we should sell Zuma to Spurs in time for the friendly next week, so he sees us lift up the Champions League in front of all the fans.
No. Just send
Don't
him
let Chris hear you, bro. Don't let Chris hear you.
Yeah, if Chris hears this, man, he'll be
He loves you,
hysterical.
bro. He loves you.
He'll
You
be
already read the
hysterical.
comments, man.
Hey man, wherever Zuma ends up going, I hope the best for him, and I
Yeah, I
hope
wish him well,
he's
yeah.
still a baller. Because listen, let's get it right.
I'll pull it
Like
up,
he has
Unless it's in England,
very
I
good,
hope he fails.
he has very good strengths, quite literally and figuratively. He has good strengths,
That's
but
my
I just
secret's out. C1 London. You're right. It's,
just the ball control for me, man, and the nervousness on the ball. It's just I don't like that, man. And you guys have seen it. Whenever we concede a goal and it's his fault, he just all right, well, it's a goal. Wait, Kepa saved it. No, it's a goal.
That Southampton game where we
Ugh.
drew 3-3 boils my fucking blood.
Yeah. So yeah,
I have a
if
lot to say
anything,
about Zuma, but I want
no,
to
I'm
keep
not
it
saying it.
positive,
Never
man.
mind. Yeah.
No, say it, Marshall. Say it.
It's not
No.
done.
I don't want to throw my client under the bus like that.
Oh, you've got a club. Bloody hell.
You have a client as well, man. What is this with this imaginary law degrees that you want?
I was gonna look.
You get
I
it from
started
Hamburg
it. Look, I was
University
gonna say like he's the Ziyech of the defense, but
He's not.
that'd be insulting.
Ziyech
Ziyech.
at least gives us
He's not that good.
moments which win us games. Zuma comes up with a couple.
I just
of
meant in
good
the in the
recovery
sense that he's ball watching.
chances. But at least, why? You literally set yourself up, Marshall, for failure.
I know that's why I said I want to do it, but now it's came out.
He was joking, Will. He was joking. Jesus Christ. Will,
I already got the text. I got fired. So
Listen,
Do you
Andrew,
know what, Marshall?
I need.
I'm
Yeah,
not a
go
big
on,
fan
go
of
on.
Ziyech, but don't do Ziyech like that. All right, don't do Ziyech.
hey, that's good. This is good.
Is
This
this
is
true?
good.
Though?
Please,
I don't
Maybe
know.
Fabrizio
I'm not
says
on,
it.
I'm not on the thing.
Let me have a look.
Oh, I love Rudiger.
I know he's live at the
Love
moment.
that man.
Well, Rudiger just came back, didn't he? So it kind of makes sense that it's happening right now. The contract extension, the contract talks, because the Germans just came back from the Euros break that they got.
You would have thought they literally. That's what I mean. Just bung him up 50 grand or something like that.
Yeah,
Take Bubba Rahman's wages and just give 50 of that to Rudiger. Do you
Hey,
know what I mean?
You know, we saw Rudiger for Lampard getting sacked. Apparently, he was bullying the youth playing to Matt Law. Huh? So if it wasn't for Rudiger, Lampard would still be here.
Wow. Okay, so he has confirmed that
One more.
he has confirmed that he's staying.
Rudiger! Yes,
Rudiger.
Yeah, but I've said that on Jim's stream. today.
No, but
Yeah,
Kai,
so
you said they were discussing a deal. This just
Discussing,
He
broke
wanted
out
more
that
wages.
Yeah,
He's
well,
confirmed that
he
he's
deserves
staying.
it. Rudiger stay.
Praise
Yeah,
the
but
Lord.
hang on.
Praise the Lord.
Hang on.
He hasn't confirmed of a new deal. He's
Yeah,
confirmed
exactly. He
that he's
hasn't
staying.
confirmed a new contract. Just means he's
Oh.
staying.
Oh,
That's what I
okay.
mean.
So he's
yeah.
staying for one more year, and then
Yeah, so he's
we'll-
got one more year.
Well,
Yeah.
we wanted him going a free though, Andrew. Surely we
No,
wanted
that's
him
right.
going
We
free.
wouldn't do that. We wouldn't do that. Exactly.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any.
The thing is, I want to end the stream soon, yeah, but news keeps breaking.
Yeah, let's just stay on for a bit. Let's just waffle. Let's just waffle.
News keeps breaking. It's incredible. Like, I don't
No,
know if
yeah. I mean,
Fabrizio,
Fabrizio's on his Twitch right now, man.
Fabrizio's just playing around with us, man.
Look, I
Honestly.
have no hesitation that Rudiger will sign a new contract with us, and if he does, excellent, because you know what it is? It's so funny because when Rudiger was first coming onto the side, we were all saying like, "Oh, this guy has a mistake in him. This guy has a mistake in him," and you know, all of us. I think we were all kind of doubtful of Rudiger, and for him to just have that huge turnaround, especially during the Champions League, the saves he had. Oh my goodness, I want him to stay. I think he's turned a lot of the fan base around. I think he's changed a lot of their opinion, even with Christensen. And can I just say right now, Christensen, the amount of improvement that he's I know you don't agree, Kai, but the amount of improvement
No, I was
that
getting comfortable, bro. I didn't say anything.
the amount of improvement that Christensen has shown in the last few months under Tuchel has been so impressive, and we're finally seeing that player that everyone's been hyping and saying like, "Oh, this is going to be the next John Terry." We're finally seeing what John Terry is saying about him, and I couldn't be any happier about it. And,
Well,
and you're seeing too, he's getting bigger too. He's growing into his body.
While I agree with you on both counts, they have to do it again this season.
They do.
They have to do it again this season.
Yeah,
do you know
they
what I
do.
love
They
about
do for
Fabrizio
sure.
Romano? Yeah, he's literally right now on his live stream, and he's still scrolling through his fucking phone for news, trying to find it live on stream. He's not on his fucking computer. Well, he probably is behind the scenes, but he's not on his computer, just getting the news, reading it out like a normal news presenter would. He's on his phone trying to get more. And he gave a poll. There's been a survey to the Liga fans of who will be the best signing out of Kounde and Varane. And Kounde won. So hopefully we can take their word.
Yeah, I
He'll
don't
be
think
better
that
for us.
Varane, like, to be honest with you guys, I don't think that Varane deal is like, okay, good for them, good for Man U that they got him, but like, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. Personally, me, I think Varane just had one of his worst seasons in his career. And I don't know if that's a sign of a downfall or anything. I'm not saying that, but
Banter
I'm just
aside,
saying, like,
though,
he hasn't been
banter aside,
impressive.
Banter aside,
Marshall, have you heard the story about the foxes that they couldn't get to the grapes?
What?
No.
And then they were like, "Oh, those grapes would have been sour anyway," you know. I'm getting that kind of vibes from you, bro.
Fuck's sake.
I'm getting those vibes from you, bro.
I thought I was getting ready to start a campfire. We were going to fucking toast some s'mores and stuff and get campfire stories. Like, a wise man once said that the fox is the great.
Varane is a good signing. It's a profile
Yeah,
they
it
need.
is.
He's a good signing, yeah.
Sorry, they bought us for £34 million, guys. It's an
Yeah,
incredible
that's what I'm
signing.
saying.
Oh,
Let's not be
wow. For
silly.
that price, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know the price. Yeah, that's a good signing.
The reason we didn't go from, as I read earlier, was that the profile and the age doesn't suit us. Kounde, 22 years old, suits the profile of the
Andrew, he wanted to go to United anyways.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
There's
wanted to
nothing
go
wrong
to
with saying that.
I
Yeah,
don't
there's
think
nothing wrong with
Varane-
saying
It's the
Bro,
that.
same with the Sancho thing. It's the same with the Sancho.
And if you talk about that price, yeah, literally 3 Varanes get you rice, man.
Oh my
That's a good deal, bro.
We're not getting
That's
right.
it.
I never.
Kai is cheaper than White. Ben White.
He is.
By
Yeah,
50,
wow,
by 16
yeah.
million pounds.
Yeah. Both. Wait.
Yeah.
Both.
They're
Varane
both
and
cheap.
Kounde.
They're going to be cheaper than White. Ben White.
Yeah.
See,
And
that's a
Ben
good
White
price,
is a-
but
I feel bad for Ben White because
I
he's a
feel
good
Ben
centre
White's
back.
going to be a good centre back. It's just
Yeah.
the price of him.
He's like a
See,
30
like-
million centre back, isn't he?
that
That's
that is
weird.
a good price and that's a good deal for Man United. But even before the whole Man United thing came to be and all that started, when you guys asked me, like, would you want Varane?
Yeah.
He was one of my last choices. Like I wanted at the time, I think I wanted Upamecano more. I wanted oh yeah, hindsight 2020. Now we see Upamecano has some flaws in him. I think I even wanted which one? Who's the one that went to Liverpool?
Alaba. Oh no, Kounde. Sorry.
Konate.
Konate,
He's quite
I wanted
injury-prone,
Konate
though.
more. I wanted Alaba more.
To be fair to you,
Like
Marshall.
Varane wasn't the last choice for me.
You want Kounde over Varane? Jesus Christ, bro.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
but
No,
the
because I
thing
saw.
is-
I'm not even trying to. Well, hold on, Sons. I'm sorry. I'm not even trying to banter. It's just a matter of like what I saw this season with Varane and Real Madrid when I did catch some Real Madrid games. It wasn't impressive. He really needs that Ramos to be with him in order, I guess, to hide his flaws. Because when Ramos wasn't in that lineup, oh God, it was a mess.
Listen,
don't even
I don't
think
want to
it's that,
whatever
Marshall.
supercharger is. I don't want you to send it to me, bro. I know what you mean. I don't want to supercharge.
I don't
But
even
yeah,
think
no,
it's
I
just
hear what
down
you're saying.
to-
I hear what you're saying. C1 London.
I don't even
Sorry, go on.
think it's just down to Ramos not being there. I just think for the last year he's looked a bit more shaky. I think he's not a liability on the ball, but he's not a Kounde on the ball, is he? Ramos,
Who's left at Real Madrid now? Like, that's actually curious.
I mean, Militao.
Alaba and
last
Militao.
season.
Militao's going to be good.
He's going to be amazing.
They believe in him, man. They could have sold him to Liverpool, but he really improved.
Yeah, I
and
mean, I'm
But-
glad he did
yeah.
go to Liverpool. Fucking hell, Militao, Van Dijk, holy shit. But anyway, with Varane, he will, even if he does have shaky moments, he'll be good for United because he's the profile they need. Maguire's performances will probably look better as well.
Mhm.
So yeah, I think even if he doesn't perform as well as people think he will, he'll
You
still
guys think
probably
Maguire is a
be
good
fine.
player? Or is
Yeah,
it just
Maguire's
me
a
who-
Maguire's a good player.
he's top 5 centre backs in the league.
You know what? If you asked me that at the beginning of the season, Kai, I would have said no. But towards the end of the season, I think he stepped up, even for the UK as well, for country. So I think he's becoming a good player now.
UK. Oh Lord, I love you, Marshall, man. I love you,
What
Marshall.
did
You're a
you
great
say?
For
person.
Great Britain, UK, England.
No,
Great
man.
Britain, that's
No,
even
man.
worse.
UK, Scotland, Wales, North Ireland.
Don't
and,
let a Scottish person hear you say that.
and England.
Thank you, Kai.
Oh.
At least
So UK is
I
more than
know
one. It's more than one country, man. It's okay.
It's
Come on.
it's nations put together.
It's a
It's like-
nations, bro. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like how we.
Okay. You
You
guys should
North
make that more
American.
clear then.
You North American? Yeah.
Come on,
I'm gonna
geography.
change the title of this video to Geography with Marshall, man.
Might as well.
Yeah,
might
guys.
as well.
Listen, guys, before I head off, obviously, guys, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I think I'm 6 or 7 away from 200 subscribers. I would honestly appreciate
get
if
it.
I could hit that soon. Obviously, KH No Filter Football, that's in the description below.
Help
And
Slens, help
obviously,
Slens.
Marshall, listen,
Do a
Marshall.
house giveaway. Do a house giveaway.
Sorry? I'm not doing any
Do a house
giveaways
giveaway.
until I reach 10,000 subscribers, man. If that ever happens. Listen, Marshall, plug your things, man, because you have a lot of things to plug, and I don't remember all
Hey,
of them.
so
go ahead.
first and primarily, my band has new music. You guys should definitely check it out. You might enjoy it, you might not. Let me know what you think about it. The band is
Excellent
called Back
funerals.
Pocket Alimony, and they're available on all streaming platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, Deezer, iHeartRadio, whatever you listen to music.
Funeralmusic.com.
Back Pocket Alimony, available on all those streaming platforms. Check out the new music. Will's a big fan. Kai likes some of the songs. I'm sure you guys will like it. Also, definitely check out my my channels on Twitch and YouTube under Marshall DBDX and KH No Filter Football. Of course, I'm there as well.
Yeah. Any of you wanna plug some things as well? Let me know.
I think I might be on Blue Lounge TV. It's what's called Baggy TV after the game tonight, or I'm on Never a Foul. I don't know which one I'm on. But I'm either on one of them channels.
Guys,
What was that laugh?
Yeah, what was that laugh, Will? And tomorrow, some of us are on Grounded Football on the first 11 tomorrow, Chelsea show.
I don't know if
So,
that's going to happen tomorrow, Andrew. I
Oh,
can't-
okay. Well, it's be the second week it's cancelled. So
I'll host
Yeah,
it. I'll host it.
channel-
I'll host it instead.
well, yeah.
I'll
Tell
host it.
Indiana.
You can host
I
it,
can
yeah.
host it, man.
I'll ask
Yeah.
Indiana let me host
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah, can't keep it. Can't let the product slip. You know what I
I'm
mean?
saving lives, man.
Exactly.
Sure.
I'm very
Saving
ready.
lives.
William,
And I can't do it next week either. I'm
Saving
busy
lives and
both
taking
tomorrow and
lives.
next week.
That's
So
what
guys, this can be done backstage. Anything
No.
else you guys want to plug?
Nope.
sends it.
Nope.
The Jules Koundé hive will be coming out very soon.
No hives.
Jules
no
Koundé
I'm
hive.
joking, obviously. I'm joking. I'm
Chelsea,
joking.
Of course.
Chelsea.
Of course,
Joking.
the Chelsea hive. Hashtag.
What happened to the
Jules
Pulisic
Koundé
hive?
That's gone and dead. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for joining me. Thank you, honestly, thank you everyone here as well for joining me. The KH Filter panel, the best panel there is, no doubt. Listen, I'm gonna let Kai give us his outro, and I'm gonna try to steal it and put it here as well. Go on, Kai.
Oh my
Take
god!
us out, man.
Which outro? The new one or the old one, bro?
Just do anyone you want, man. Give me any outro, man.
All right, subscribe to Slens, and all of us will be your friends. Yeah, there you go.